everyone. Storm 101 here. Today we'll be taking a look into maybe a mini winter storm from the Tennessee Valley through parts of the Mid-Atlantic up to parts in the Northeast. Now we're going to get started with my forecast here. I don't think it's going to be nothing too extreme or anything, so we're going to start from southeast to southwest to northeast. So starting off here with the coating to 1 inch, I probably made this a little bit too far to the southwest because I just realized that the roads are still going to be very warm, so you won't see winter weather advisories. But the snow could be heavy enough, at least for a coating for a few areas, but we'll see about that. I don't think you won't see 1 inch for parts of Arkansas and Mississippi. But I think you can see up to 1 inch for some portions of Tennessee there. As we move on a little bit further to the northeast here, you can see there with that 1 to 3 inch amounts there, started from Kentucky and Tennessee and onward to the northeast, and also for West Virginia, Maryland, parts of Pennsylvania, New York State, and parts of New Jersey there. And you can see local amounts up to 4 inches or more in that blue area, especially when you get into the Appalachian Mountains there. You can really see that. Same thing for the mountains there in the coating to 1. I think you can see more than 1 inch of snow there to keep in mind of that. As we move up more into the east coast here, up in the northeast, you can see that there's an area of 3 to 6 inches of snow. Now, I don't think you won't see up to 6 inches of snow, but you can probably see probably a little over 3 inches, maybe up to 4 inches of snow for those areas there, because y'all could be in the snow for a long period of time there. And you can see that 1 to 3 inches does continue up into Maine, and safe for that coating to 1 inch there. And here's the overview again here, and we'll be taking a look into models as well. With this here, we still have some uncertainties with it, because models are right now kind of pushing back here, so you might expect the coating to 1 inch to be expanded southeastward there, so it may be some higher amounts as well for the Appalachian Mountains. Let's go ahead and move on to the GFS model here. So we're going to take a look at a variety of models here. I think we're just going to look only into the snowfall forecast map here. As you can see here, this is the GFS run here. You can see it's quite a bit widespread here. You can see higher amounts back in Arkansas, Mississippi, and Tennessee there, even into parts of Kentucky. I don't think you won't see that much snow because the ground is very warm and safe for the pavement of the roads. Now, if you do get heavy snow for a decent period of time, you will start to see some accumulations, but I would not expect much of any winter weather advisories for parts of Arkansas and Mississippi, probably even parts of Tennessee as well. But I do expect winter weather advisories to at least extend from parts of Tennessee, for Kentucky, West Virginia, parts of Maryland, for parts of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, even New York State, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, maybe New Hampshire or Vermont, and Maine. So right now here, the GFS is predicting the highest amounts back into the Tennessee Valley there. I've also been going a little bit back and forth on this. Let's look into the CMC next here. You can see here it's got highest amounts in a few different spots here. You can see high amounts into parts of the Appalachian Mountains, and even where I bullseye 3 to 6 inches of snow up in parts of Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. And it does have a similar idea that I do have as well here. You can see that snow does continue back into Arkansas and Mississippi as well. I don't think you won't see that much snow. And then it does continue back into Texas. I don't think you won't see that much snow, but now everybody down here, you will see snow, but you probably won't see much of any accumulations. That's what I'm saying there. I'm not saying you're not going to get any snow. You will see snow, but it's not going to be much of any accumulations there. So let's move on to the icon model. Now this is okay, it's updating, but wherever I get off school, it's usually about 18Z time, but you see what the icon model here, that's it. Now the icon model, if you all seen for Twitter, I call this a garbage model, and it really is a garbage model here, but you can see here, its highest amounts is actually a little bit further southeast there, so, but again, it's just well underdone. Now let's look into the NAM family here. And it still continues to push the highest amount southeast here. That could be a little bit too far to the southeast there. You can see that when you get up to parts of the northeast there, you can see it's not much snow. You can see there's a pretty good swath of 7 inches of snow back in Texas. I highly doubt that for sure. I think this model here in particular is getting less and less accurate, in my opinion. And the same thing for the NAM 3KM. I think it's just getting less and less accurate. It was accurate before, but now it's just not really right to me here with the NAM. But it is possible, though. It sure is. Let's look at the HRRR model here. We've got to go back to 18Z. Now, this is a pretty good model to use as well, but it does have a similar idea to the NAM family. You can see here, it doesn't go that far out for the northeast, but you can tell here, if you go back to Tennessee, it's actually not a lot of snow either. But I think a couple of these models could be a little bit underdone here. And the last model to take a look into is the RGM, which is updating currently, but we're going to take a look into the 12Z run. And now I do agree a little bit more with this one here, but again, it does not quite reach, it might get to the northeast. Let's see if this here can update for me. Okay, so the RGM model, I believe it's more accurate than the NAM and the HRRR model, at least for snow stuff here. I do like this model a lot, I really do. But I don't really show it as much in videos, and I actually almost forgot about it. It did really good last year, so I'm going to trust this model a little bit, but I do not trust with the snow amounts back in Arkansas, Mississippi, and parts of Tennessee, even back into Texas. But I think this is a little bit of a more accurate look that I could see here. Excuse me. But yeah, this is a model I'll probably rather follow a little bit more, even though it's like literally in the bottom of the list. But overall, I do believe it's a pretty good model to use. I'm wondering if this is the National Weather Service models. I don't think it is. But let's move on to the European model. So this is our last model to look into. Now, this is the latest model here. As you can see here, parts of southeastern Kentucky about 3 inches. Now, this is an accurate model to use as well. See here, it does have a little bit of similar idea to some of the other models. Could be a little bit underdone with these snow swaths. We'll take a look at the NAM 5KM very quickly. You can see here, when there's a little bit more high-res models, it usually will show higher amounts. With long-range models like the European model, typically it doesn't really spawn onto everything exactly, but the NAM, for the NAM models and stuff like that, they're a little bit easier to use, but unfortunately the NAM models are not really that accurate. And apparently, I've got news a few weeks ago that it's going to, they're going to stop updating the NAM models, so, yeah, that's pretty unfortunate, but we're going to see how this is going to pan out. This is going to be a very difficult forecast, so expect me to get places to be a little bit wrong. I'm kind of expecting Kentucky. These areas down here is going to be really hard to forecast. I don't think it's going to be hard to forecast up to parts of the northeast, but when you get down to Tennessee Valley, it's going to be very difficult with the placement because it's just a snow swath. So it's also pretty kind of skinny as well, not by many miles. So yeah, guys, so that's our guide for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video update. If y'all did like this video, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell notification if you miss an upload. If y'all guys got any questions about this, you can put in the comment section down below. I'll answer you guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.